a review of what your activities have been since your appointment as the DG, National Orientation Agency.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think congratulations will be in order if the focus is on what we have been able to do in the last 1 year. You know, spending 1 year in office is just a date, but as the 1 year been eventful, been impactful, you know, so, and that is what matters to us. And we are glad to say that the last 1 year has been tremendously impactful. And that's what we're happy about. So what we have done within the first year since my appointment looks more like what we'll be hoping for in a tenure, and I'm not joking. You know, so we are glad that we have been able to accomplish all of that, and we've crossed a lot of hurdles. And I think we are at that crescent level now. So we can say clearly that Nigerians are going to see even much more from us.
Now describe to us, from where you took over, what you made on the ground, and to say we've been able to move forward.
Okay, yeah. We'll take it back to the precursor to NOA, which was the MAMSA. Actually, the agency started as MAMSA. In 1988, and we all still remember what MAMSA was like, with fond memories. You know.
Mass mobilization.
Yes, mass mobilization. You know. So and so it's MAMSA that became NOA around 1993-94, thereabout, and but for over 1 decade, for whatever reason, successive government abandoned the agency, not paying attention to the essence of value orientation, and so we all can see the outcomes, you know, of that negligence. So the agency had gone completely down by the time I got there. The vibrant staff that the agency had, about 4,000 of them, had become despondent, you know, due to years of neglect, and so for want of what to do, so they you know, key into routine, just waking up to do whatever was available, and so there was no impact. There couldn't have been any impact if the government, you know, was not interested in about value, and the consequences of that inaction is what we are all seeing in the country today. We are in a country where values are not important, where we are all suffering because Nigerians are not Nigerians. People are not patriotic. People don't even see the reason to be patriotic in any case. So these are the issues. And so the last 1 year, what we have done is to, first and foremost, within my first 3 months in office, I went around the country, visited about 17 states, to let them know that, yeah, a new sheriff is in place, not about me, but about the president, because I won't be able to do anything if the president is actually not interested. But because I knew how much interest he has in value orientation, you understand that you have to build Nigerians first before we can build Nigeria. It is Nigerians who will build Nigeria. So if you don't build Nigerians, you cannot succeed in building Nigeria. So if you put infrastructure in place and you invest so much into roads, bridges, railways, and all of that, and they are world class, but you have citizens who don't have values, and we have seen an example of it. The Third Mainland Bridge was rehabilitated, sparkling. If you go to that place now, even when it was newly constructed, it was not as good as it is, with lightings, with everything, you know, all on it. But within 1 month, a Nigerian climbed the bridge and began to remove the railings to sell. So that is lack of value, and that is when you don't build the citizens and you're concentrating on building the physical structure. Now, the entire 8 years of President Muhammadu Buhari, the biggest investment he had in any project was on the second Niger Bridge. Was the most expensive investment he made throughout his 8 years. But this bridge, as valuable, as expensive as it is, with public resources, a Nigerian climbed the bridge to remove the metals there. So this is lack of values.
We saw that with the rail system.
Yeah, system. They remove the sleepers, to sell for whatever. So nobody will want to do that in a country where values are taken seriously, and so and that's why we thank God that the president understands this, and he has given all the support that we require to be able to function. And we also are able to sit down, identify what the gaps were. We know there have been past efforts at galvanizing Nigerians on patriotism, love, for the country, but it has not worked. So there must be some factors responsible for that, and we identified two key factors, namely the fact that all past efforts from Andrew Don't Check Out of the mid-80s to Nigeria Good People, Good Nation, to Change Begins With Me, fantastic ideas, but they all were short-sighted when it comes to the fact that they focused only on the citizens without corresponding commitment from the leadership. So it cannot work when you are asking the citizens to be patriotic and the leadership is not taking any responsibility upon itself to demonstrate example, to lead by example, to show commitment, to show patriotism at that level. It is only then that the citizen also can key in. So that was one thing that was missing. The other aspect that was missing was the fact that there were no institutions created to even nurture Nigerians on values. And the institutions that were in place before had not been taken serious anymore. So they've gone down. We used to have civic education in schools those days, where people learned basic ethics and values. We no longer take it serious. We don't even know our own history, because history was yanked off the curriculum. So all these were the issues that we identified that in the last 1 year we have been able to completely correct all of those things, and they are back in place. So this is how far we have come in the last 1 year.